Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Carrying anger against women is useless. Carrying anger against women is useless. I'm gonna tell you what, because there's a lot of guys who might have been rejected by women, might not have gotten a woman and got a lot of anger. Let's just be real, especially a lot of guys who are non-select. They ain't getting no type of play from the women. Nope, they ain't seeing no parts of the pussy. But you know what? Why you being mad at the woman? You carrying around anger is like you drinking poison and hoping that they get hurt. I'm gonna tell you something now. If women ain't showing you any attention, they don't really care if you not showing them any attention. Even these women complaining that men aren't showing up to clubs or they ain't being approached, they only talking about a small percentage of men. They only talking about select men. Shoot, when you see these magazine articles and they talking about, well, even when they talking about a shortage of men, they just mean men in the select category. And that's not something new. I've been saying that. I've been observing that. But here's the thing. Forget about all of that. Why are you getting angry? Why are you getting angry? Shoot, that's hurting you. Because you get guys out here walking around or saying, yeah, I ain't going to talk to them. I'm mad. Or, they getting mad. In fact, I've had plenty of guys who hit me up and say, hey, how come you ain't going in on those women? For what? I'm not mad at them. I'm not going to give them the attention. In fact, you got some women out there, they want to feel like they messing with you. But I'm going to tell you what, if you act like, I'm just doing my thing. Yeah, I'm just doing my thing. That's going to mess with the women's head more. Because, look, here's the thing. As a man, as I always say, your main relationship is with yourself. You need to focus on yourself. And plus, if you're doing what I'm saying doing, you can always find some woman who's going to like you, because there's always going to be some women who don't like you. I don't care who you are. And I said that earlier this week. There's always going to be a woman who reject you. Why are you going to get mad about that? You just move on to the next one. Indeed, a woman rejecting you, you don't know what's up with her. That might be helpful for you. You don't carry anger around. You just say, okay. Because I remember, in college, there was a woman who actually said that now. She wasn't trying to get with me, but she was cool with me. And she actually said that to some other women. She said, you know what? We weren't giving Rom any play, because Rom was non-select in college. I don't have any problem saying that. I was non-select, but I wasn't letting that get to me. And actually, there was not just one woman, a few women, they actually admired that. Still weren't trying to get with me, but they were cool with me. They were cool with me, because I was like, I wasn't getting upset. Upset over what? Like I said earlier this week, if a woman don't want to get with you, you don't know what's up with that woman. Why are you carrying anger around? Why are you letting them mess with you? In fact, women will say some stuff just to mess with a man's head. You got some who will do that, but it will mess with them when you act like, whatever. I remember this woman, she looked me in the eye and said, I don't like you. And I was like, okay, we should keep a distance. Then she got mad because I wasn't even pressed about it. She wasn't all that anyway, so I was like, shit, fair exchange is no robbery. So I'm going to tell you what, it's useless. It's useless. If a woman reject you, okay, she reject you. If a bunch of women reject you, that's still a bunch of women. You have to, because first thing you have to do is if you get constant rejection, you got to look at yourself. Being angry at them ain't gonna do anything, because you get some guys, they don't change anything about themselves. Always remember when this guy was talking bad about all these women. This was at a wedding. I never forget this. This was at a wedding. He was talking bad about all these women. But he wasn't doing anything to change himself, even though several Several of his friends had said, hey, you need to work on yourself. He carrying that anger around. He going to keep that. And what good is that? Because I'm known for talking about select and non-select. If women had their druthers, they wouldn't even deal with non-select men. They don't care. When they're talking about a shortage of men, they only talking about a shortage of select men. So that's not doing anything for them. You acting like you don't want to deal with them. They like, whatever. Keep it moving. So why you hurting yourself over that? If a woman reject you, she just reject you. You just move on to the next one, or you fix yourself up. If you still want to get women, now there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't get mad at them. You don't get mad if a particular one reject you. You just let her go on. You don't know what's going on with her inside. You might have been done a favor. No, what you want to do as a man, you want to focus on the relationship with yourself, what you're trying to do in life, your mission. Indeed, when you focus on your mission, you will draw the women to you who can help you in your mission. You the most important person. If a particular woman don't want you, bye. Let her go on. Let her do her thing. She might be doing you a favor. She might be doing you a favor. Many guys out here get too pressed about a particular woman. It's like, whatever. Girl, go ahead and do your thing. Just go do your thing. I ain't gonna lose sleep over it. And that was a lesson I learned earlier. Like I said, when I was in college, I was definitely non-select. But did I lose sleep over the women that get with me? Nah, I was chill. Because I refused to let them do it. But then I was able to move on because, see, you carrying that anger hurting you. That's hurting you inside. You don't carry the anger. You learned the lesson, but you don't carry the anger. You don't drink that poison thinking you're going to poison them. You move on. You learn the lesson, you move on. And what you should be doing is, instead of getting angry, working on yourself. Working on your stuff so you don't have to be there. You know, when I was at American University, I mentioned this story a couple times. There was a basketball player there that just wasn't getting too much time. A woman basketball player, she wasn't getting too much time. It was a scandal. And I remember I saw her shooting free throws in the gym by herself one time. And I never forget, I always remember what she said. She said she gonna get it to the point they can't take her out of the game because they weren't giving her any time. She could go in the game. She could get 3 rebounds, a couple blocks, a couple points, a steal, draw a charge. She could do all that and still be taken out the game. It was a scandal. But she ain't get mad about it. She just shot her free throws, said, I'm gonna get it to the point they can't take me out the game. And then when she was a senior, she was all league. I'm gonna tell you what, that's how you gotta be. If a woman reject you, she just reject you. You don't get mad because of it. In fact, you might want to thank her. You just keep moving on. You just keep moving on. Shoot. I remember I was at a gym at American. And there was one young lady, she didn't want to talk to me at all. I was like, okay. But then she needed help with something and she gave me a look. I just gave her a look and a smirk. I just laughed about it because I kept going. That's how you got to be, okay? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Well, for right now, y'all know how I am. But think about it. Don't carry that anger around, fellas. Do not carry that anger around. And I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.